Assalamu alaikum. So the topic of today's video is antidiuretic hormone, which is commonly known as ADH. First of all, we are going to discuss the source of ADH. So we usually think that it is synthesized by posterior pituitary, but this is not true. It is synthesized in hypothalamus, in supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei. It is then stored and secreted by the posterior pituitary. Now, the function of the ADH. There are two important functions of antidiuretic hormone. The first, as we all know, the primary function is regulation of the serum osmolarity. Whereas the other function, which is uncommon, which usually people don't know, it's a regulation of the blood pressure. Regulation of blood pressure is done by the V1 receptors and by the IP3 mechanism. It is a potent vasopressor and is used to increase the organ perfusion in septic shock. So that is why the antidiuretic hormone is also known as vasopressor. The other primary function is to regulate the serum osmolality, which is regulated by the V2 receptors via cyclic AMP pathway. So the stimulus for the secretion of ADH is basically the increase in plasma osmolality, except in the syndrome of inappropriate ADH secretion, in which ADH is elevated despite the decrease in plasma osmolality. So whenever there is high plasma osmolality that is detected by the osmoreceptors, they signal the supraoptic nuclei and paraventricular nuclei to send ADH by the supraoptic hypophyseal tract via pituitary stalk, and then the posterior pituitary is going to secrete the ADH, and that is going to bind on the V2 receptors on distal convoluted tubule, and by the regulation of the aquaporine channel, it is going to increase the serum, it is going to decrease the serum osmolality and increase the urine osmolality. So this is all about the function and the source of antidiuretic hormone. We are going to discuss the pathologies in the other video. Thank you for listening.